So welcome to another video. I just received these keys and we're now going to check what this car is and what we're going to do with it. This is a Ferrari 348 in dark grey, and this is a color you don't really see often, and that makes the car actually quite special. We're going to now take this car inside to see what we can do to improve the looks of this car. First of all, we have leather seats that really need some attention, but first we're going to put the car inside. A Ferrari with more than 100,000 kilometers on the clock. This Ferrari 348 was standing still for many years and forgotten about. And it also looks very tired. And our job is now to give it a complete makeover from the exterior, interior and engine bay. So the leather of this 348 is an absolute nightmare. We thought we just clean it and finish that, but it's not that easy in this case. And that's because the leather is somewhere in its life painted. And the paint back then, I guess, was not that good. And so most of the paint stays sticky and glossy. It's not a nice finish at all. So what we're gonna do is remove most of the old paint on the leather and we apply a new one and we apply new leather dye. That's much better, and on top of that we put a clear coat. So first we're going to paint this cover of the radio, and the leather dye came off, and underneath that, the leather underneath that is a little bit damaged. So we're going to apply new black, and then on top we're going to put a clear coat. A lot of people don't know that, but most leathers have actually clear coat on it to protect the leather itself. And that is what we're going to apply now as well. So we tape everything off and repaint this panel. When we open the engine bay, we find a 3.4 liter V8 with around 300 brake horsepower. So the engine bay is not cleaned for many years, at least that's how it looks like. It does not look very fresh to me, and so it needs quite some attention, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to deep clean the engine bay. I think we're going to spend maybe 2, maybe 3 hours on it, and also do a little bit spot repairs on parts where paint is coming off, or maybe parts that are not looking nice again. We're maybe going to repaint or restore a little bit. I'm actually now very curious to find out what's in this original leather Ferrari bag. And I guess you want to know too, so let's find out. So let's find out what's in here. And I guess it will be a toolkit, but we will find out now. It is in actually very good condition still. It is a little bit dirty, so we're going to clean it as well. And this original Ferrari, so a very cool detail to have with your car. And let's see. And yes, and it's indeed a toolkit with original Ferrari parts. Very cool to discover. And let's see what we have more. More tools, screwdrivers. Let's see what's here. And an original belt, still in its original condition, in its original packaging, never been opened. Very cool to have. Let's see if we can take this out carefully. Yes, never been opened belt for your Ferrari 348. Nice to have. Very cool to discover. We're going to now put everything back and clean. So the seats are now back in the car, and we actually removed all the old leather dye from the seats and from the door cards as well. And we actually put now a new leather clear coat on to protect the leather against all the elements. And that looks now actually perfect. To be honest, better than I expected it was coming out. So the interior is now completely detailed as well, steam cleaned. So it's absolutely super fresh again and ready for its next drive. We have here a 348 TS. The T means a transferally mounted gearbox. And the S means it is basically a Targa top. Now the interior is finished and now we can put it back on. Actually, from the TS cars, they only built 4,230 cars in total for the 348 TS. And then we have these fins. You actually maybe recognize them from the Ferrari Testarossa. Actually also called the 348 the little brother of the Testarossa. So we are finished with the paint correction. The front is completely wet sanded and completely polished and finished as well, as also the other paint of the car is completely finished and decreased with pure alcohol. And now it's time to put a wax on it. We're going to use pure Canoba wax, 48% pure Brazilian Canoba wax, which we're going to put on now on the car. So original, this lower part of the bumper should be black. The owner of this car decided to have it in color, which also looks fine, but that is not how it came from factory. Also, the lower part of the VINs back there were also in black, original. So later on the 355 had it completely different, but for the 348 the lower part was black, and also there the lower part was originally black. A complete transformation. The 348 is done. Thank you for watching. I hope you really liked this video. Let me know in the comments. Hope to see you next week for the next video. Do not forget to like and subscribe. I see you next week.